Hello, and welcome back to the Unspoken Truths of Great Raid Leading, Episode 2, Setting Up a Guild for Success. One of the first things you will want to do when you start a new guild is to create a vision. Your vision needs to be an infinite vision, not a finite one. Let me explain what I mean by that. A finite vision would be something like, we will down all the bosses in each raid within the first week. That is a finite vision because once you complete that raid, then you have no vision for the coming months before the next raid. Your vision needs to be something that is not restricted. An example of an infinite vision would be, we strive to build an environment where we continuously surpass our past records. Another example may be, we strive to build a guild that feels like a family, one where the needs of the many outweigh the needs of the individual. As you can see in both of these examples, they are never ending. You can continue to get better or continue to create family members forever. Now, you may ask, why are these visions important? They're important because they give people an image in their mind of a place that is better than where they are at today. It gives them a sense of hope. If people agree with your vision, it will generate passion and drive. People will be more willing to sacrifice not their lives, but their time for the cause of that vision. After you make your vision, be sure to create guild policies as well. These policies will guide how your guild functions. The goal of these policies are to settle disputes when they arise. And trust me, they will arise often. Pointing to a list of these policies requires much less effort in the moment and deters arguments from forming. If you make a decision in the moment, there is a much higher likelihood you will piss someone off and cause an argument or cause them to want to leave. So let me tell you a story. When I was playing Classic WoW, we were raiding Blackwing Lair, and we were on we were in the raid and we were bidding on items, and there was one item that dropped that two people were bidding on, and eventually one person passed on the item. But then about 10 seconds later, before the timer ran out for the item to be bid on, that same person who passed decided to bid again. So then that put us into a predicament. One person thinks that they should win the item because the other person passed. The other person thinks that they should still be able to bid on the item because even though they passed, the time limit for the bid did not end. So now, because you have no policy for this, or I had no policy for this, you now have to decide in the moment. What should you do? No matter what the decision is, you are going to piss off one person. So if you have these policies already set, it is much less likely to piss people off because they already know the rules beforehand. So you must think of very generalized policies to try and cover all of your bases, which is a very hard thing to do, but you should at least try. So once you have your vision and policies set, you can recruit people who also believe in that vision. This is one of the most important steps you will take. I once built a guild with the idea that we would be a semi-hardcore guild. We would not be the best on the server, but we would aspire to down the raid each week. We would care about performance, but we did not strive to be in the top 1%. This idea worked for a while. We recruited some people that were more casual and some people that were more elite players. But eventually, it would fall. It fell because the elite players wanted to push the limits, while the casual players were fine downing bosses each week at a medium pace. Neither idea was wrong. They were just different visions of how people wanted to play the game. As you can tell, those are two conflicting visions. And thus, given enough time, the guild fell apart because the elite players yearned for more and decided to go looking for it. But from that rubble, I formed a new guild with a very clear vision. That guild was known as a GDKP guild, which basically meant that items were bid off in the raid, and the players who bid the most won those items. We attracted two types of people to that guild. Elite players that wanted to earn some gold, and players who wanted to spend their gold on items. In this new guild, there were still two different types of players, but they were still focused on the same vision, which was to provide an environment where players could bid for items. So hopefully this gives you an idea of how to build a successful guild. You must create a vision, and you want it to be an infinite vision. And then you need to create policies so you can mitigate as much drama as possible. And then you must recruit people that are passionate about your vision. So thank you very much, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.